Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Come on, we talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. They safe, they are secure, and just like the homie Deke, they are reliable. But with that being the case, we also know that, man, you got to know why you want to use it. Well, why? Well, because you can get some parlay going on, man. Whether you're talking same game parlays or if you want to add multiple games into the mix, you got plenty of options, especially with the playoffs. The NFL playoffs continuing to get closer and closer to the big game, man. So with that being the case, for all of my first-time users out there, when you download the app, make sure when you make that first deposit bonus of $5, use the promo code MOAT so that way you'll receive $200 in bonus bets instantly, all right? The promo code MOAT, you heard me say it twice, so you know it's important. But with that being the case, man, that'll give you a chance to potentially get back into the game, and we'll see what it does from there with your picks. But more importantly, man, I can also understand that you can get lost in the sauce. Might develop a gambling problem, or you might just need some help. And if you're living in New York, it's a number that you can text. Shout out to the New Yorkers, baby. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER.
Greg Yeager, Queen's contract is a disaster.
If the production decreases and we do not get splash, I can see where he's coming from.
I think we have an out after this year.
No, we do. But I think he's just looking at the amount of just money that would technically, I don't want to say be lost, because he still gave you production. He still played well. It just wasn't up to when you hear this is the largest free agent contract the Steelers have given out. You want, or your expectations are a lot more splash. And even though he played good, it's just you didn't get the loud plays that, you know, we were all expecting or desiring on a more frequent basis. So, yeah, when you look at it from that scope, yeah, I can see where people they can feel a little bit. Same when we talked about TJ and his deal. When TJ first signed that deal for $30 a year, we're like, yep, if he doesn't stay loud with the production, we're going to be looking at this deal and be a little bit critical of him, or maybe even overly critical of him. But the beautiful part was TJ, to an extent, outplayed the contract, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
with Queen, I'll be honest. If he doesn't pick it up, I'm just like, bro, we probably could have done better by drafting a guy in the second round or drafting one of these linebackers in the first.
Yeah, because
taking a chance on that.
And especially when we look at Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
We're seeing dudes play well, so it's like we're not fearful of it, but we just took a swing thinking that we could get even more production out of it. And like I said, man, when you're the new guy, man, you're transitioning to a new defense, man, there's a lot that goes into that. Whether you're talking about learning the system. For him, he's been playing next to Roquan Smith, where Roquan was the green dot. Now you come over here, you're the green dot. It's just a lot more on your plate. A lot more that you're being asked to do instead of just being able to play. Now you have to orchestrate and direct traffic, then play. Make sure everybody else is in the right position, then play. So with that, I mean, yeah, it doesn't excuse it, but that's kind of the context with it. And that was why when I would critique him or talk about him, I wasn't as overly, because, yeah, man, as a dude that's put that green dot on before, man, it is not easy. It changes a ton. You go from, man, let me just set up and play and go through all my keys. I'm comfortable for the ball snaps to, holy smokes, did I get everything out that I needed to get to? Dang, ball snap, what? Like, it's just a, different level of comfort. And that's why we say, man, that green dot is not for everybody. But when you the highest paid at the position and, you the big signing, that's kind of what comes with it, regardless if it's fair or not. And I think for him, he kind of is seeing that right now.
Yeah. You wonder with Cole Holcomb getting healthy, I wonder if we're actually thinking about bringing him back. Because maybe that could free up Patrick Queen if we want to give the green dot back to Holcomb. And then it's that type of dynamic. Or even a Peyton Wilson. Honestly, I don't know if that would be so much of a stretch.
I don't think
given his age and where he's at in his career compared to a Queen. But
I don't think it's a stretch with Peyton. I think the thought process was just, this is the guy that we paid the money to. This is the guy that's the veteran that has had the experiences coming off of playing an AFC Championship game. So we should feel confident that he can do it. But just like with everything, man, there are risks to all things, man. I remember being here when Lawrence Simmons and Ryan Shazier was here. And up until that point in 2014, Law Dog Timmons had never been the green dot. They'd be like, yo, you just go out there and play. We had him in the green dot first half of the season, and he's kind of going through it because it's making him have to do way more communicate, make him have to do way more of the thinking than just lining up and playing. So I remember we ended up shifting it earlier to Ryan. And from there, man, Ryan was the dude that showed that he could do it. It was a challenge for him, but ultimately he was able to, communicate the defense in a way, and it allowed Law Dog to go back to just playing free, playing fast. And Shea naturally just matured into being the guy that does all the communication. Some guys, it comes easier to, others it's a little bit more of a challenge. And it worked out for us in that capacity. But we can see we didn't look at Law Dog and say, hey, bro, you suck because you can't play with the green dot on. It slows you down and makes you have to, think about too much. Nah, we're just like, hey, man, we glad that Shea is here to take it off your plate. So if that guy in this conversation is Peyton Wilson, I don't think that is a negative. I think that if Peyton is mature enough and can handle the green dot, yeah, put him in the dot. And it alleviates that pressure off of Patrick Queen. And now he's able to just go back to being the free-flowing, play fast, and low-key catch your breath in between the snap, because that's the big part of that green dot. You do not get to catch your breath because your coach is talking to you in your ear. You got all the other 10 dudes looking at you like, yo, what's the call? What's the call? What's the call? You got that offense lining up, and you like, hey, bro, what's the call? I'll play every snap, and I'm the cover linebacker. So it's just a lot that comes with that. And like I said, man, not everybody has the same type of success when they put that on. So for Cole Holcomb's definitely a dude that can do that as well. And I think that
dynamic worked with him and Quan Alexander really
absolutely
well until they both got hurt.
And I think all of the things that we were critical of Patrick Queen, whether we're talking about some of the discipline getting to the football, right? His angle to the ball, whether you're going behind a block or trying to go over the block or going through the block, whether you're talking about some of the positions that he was in when he would miss a tackle. It's like, man, some of that stuff stems back to that beginning part with that green dot of just, man, let me get comfortable real quick. Because it's a game of inches. If I'm aligned in a B gap, man, I can get to this play a lot sooner. But man, say I'm just 6 inches too far, and now I'm almost lined up over that tight. Now that's a lot. It's a different angle on that tackle. That one-on-one, it isn't this easy one-on-one. Now it's more of a head up. This guy has a two-way go. It just is a different angle on it, and all of that stems from the simple fact of, hey, bro, what's the call again? All right, you got that. All right, cool. You set this up. Oh shoot. All right, I'm lined up in the bird, but. Oh, it was 2x2, went to 3x1. Let me cheat my alignment. You don't get to process through all of that fast enough sometimes. And for PQ, I look at all of that into that equation.
Yeah,
so
it's tough if you're trying to be the playmaker to be able to do all that other stuff and lead the defense as well.
Like I said, it's not a negative on it. Like some people look at it as like, oh man, you suck because you can't. It's like, dude, that's not easy to do. Like playing is already hard enough. Now you're asking a dude to be quarterback of the defense. And that's what we say. If you the green dot, you're the quarterback. You're the Tom Brady, the Peyton Manning of it, except that guy doesn't have to run and chase nobody. He's just dropping back short areas. So when he gets to talk, he's relaxed. Patrick Queen might have just ran on this wheel route 30 yards downfield, jog back to this thing. Now tell the, hey, all right, guys, this is the call right here. And now we get lined up and they're giving you tempo. And now we hollering about, hey, bro, why you missed that tackle? Why you ain't get to this play? It's like, that's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Plus the flu.
That don't help either. Lord, that don't help.
David.
Hey, we're not making excuses, all right? That's what I'm trying to do. We're not making excuses. I'm just giving y'all context about him. That's all. Just giving you context. But he getting paid, so it comes with it. It's kind of like we say with TJ and Minka. It's like, yo, it's what you guys are complaining about or what we look and say, yo, that's valid, is real, but from a fan's perspective, man, when that money is what it is, yo, you got to make the play. You got to figure it out.
Now, to me, I don't care how much he's getting paid. That doesn't influence me on whether or not he should get the green dot or not. Maybe now for like this past season it made sense just because Holcomb was out and Peyton Wilson was a rookie coming in. But going forward, just because he's getting paid that amount, if it's not working for him, if we could utilize him better without the green dot, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you just want production and you want plays being made.
Yeah, I'm with you. Trust me. But some people will look at that as a negative, it try to paint that as, oh, this is another bad because of this. And it's like, that is not that. You can still be a great, any type of player without having necessarily have that green dot on, because the dot
For sure.
it changes a lot, man.